What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are at UFC 320 going down this Saturday. A pretty stacked card and two great title fights in the main and the co-main event for this card. Big Ankalaev is defending his title versus Alex Pereira, and then we have Corey Sandhagen trying to get his belt finally against Merab. And yeah, we have a great card to break down for you guys. We're going to go through the main event that happened at UFC Perth last week, and then some fighting news that Dana broke today. We're going to just talk about that briefly, and then we'll get into UFC 320 going down this Saturday. I am your host, Aries, and my other host for this show. You guys know the man behind the camera. What is up, my guy? It's been a long time because we didn't have a pay-per-view for September.
Nah.
So it's been like a month and a half.
I was just looking to see when UFC 319 was. So we're looking at August 25th. So it's been, it feels like it's been a while, man. We had some good, we had some not so good, and all the way in between. We got some potentially good and not so good coming up, but this is for the three big fights on this main card, man. It's gonna be hard to top a 3-fight run like the three big ones we got on Saturday.
And it's crazy because, and we'll get into it when we get into the fight card, but all three underdogs for those three main fights have an argument of upsetting. Like, there's a lot of good value.
It's good
for these big three fights on this card. So, but I want to touch on what happened last week with Carlos Ulberg knocking out Dominic Reyes at UFC Perth, which was a low key kind of good card. The talent in Australia and New Zealand, they showed out.
They always do, man.
Yeah, man. I went 6-6 for UFC Perth because I just wasn't too hot on the talent coming out of that region of the world. But they really showed out, bro. And guess who was the man to get upset? It was Jake Matthews versus Neil Magny. Out of all the talent that came out of Australia, that card, Neil Magny was able to pull an upset in the round three. Round three, Neil Magny is a mythical creature in this UFC world.
You know what he is? He's a parlay killer. Okay, that's what he is. He's a parlay killer. He hates the betting public. Neil Magny hates the betting public.
That's why you guys have to stay away from Neil Magny fights from now on, man. Like, this man is too just unpredictable.
I'll never bet against Neil Magny again. I might bet on him, but I'll never bet against him.
Drew, had some traumatic stuff from Drew. But yeah, let's touch on that Carlos Ulberg finish, because impressive performance, first of all, to knock out Dominic Reyes in round one. But just the way he made it look, man. I mean, Dominic Reyes did not do anything to push the pace, or he had to try to make it ugly, and he was playing it a safe game and staying at range with a kickboxer like Ulberg. I mean, it was bound to happen sooner or later, and that knockout was clean. Black Jag, number one contender.
I was gonna say, I mean, that's what it is now, right?
Yeah,
he's got to be but also too, is he?
A name? What?
I mean, a name? No, I don't think he's a name at all. No. I don't think he's a name, and I don't. That's not his fault. I mean, but also if, in my opinion, and we'll get to it later, but if Khalil beats Garry, if he beats him convincingly, there's no way you can convince me Ulberg deserves a shot over a rematch with Khalil, who, by the way, other than Ankalaev obviously beating Alex, he's the only one that stood in there and hung with Alex and was
almost put him away.
That's what I'm saying.
Had him bad.
So yeah, Ulberg, no disrespect, but there's still I could see the next step with Ulberg being I kid you not, almost like Jamal or something like that.
Oh,
I promise, man. It makes no sense for Ulberg to say, if I'm Ulberg, I'll just sit around. Because I don't want to mess that up. Because 205 still got killers, man. I'd rather see Rakic with I just want Dominic Reyes isn't enough.
and an old Jan Blachowicz.
You know what I mean? Like these guys, it's not. There are killers at 205 that he hasn't. Like that's the thing. Like yeah, the biggest win is a decision win over Blachowicz.
And I just hate how the cards were dealt for Ulberg's career to kind of get these opponents. I wish he was fighting this Saturday against Yuri or Khalil, but it just kind of sucks how everything is played out because this may sound crazy because I think Ulberg has a better chance against Pereira than he does against Ankalaev. And that might sound wild, but it's just a stylistic matchup, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I still don't believe in Ulberg's cardio. So I think someone who's going to wrestle him and get him against the cage and just wear on that gas tank is his biggest downfall right now. And Alex Pereira is not going to do that. So that's why I say that. But
yeah, I mean, he's right there.
Just in an awkward spot right now. And he's going to be there in Vegas, or he's going to be here in Vegas weighing in, he said, or I don't know if he's going to weigh in or not, be a backup fighter. I don't know. He could just be talking all that shit, but not really do that.
I mean, hey man, you got to start playing the part. You got to start getting your name out there, your face out there. You got to start running your mouth, doing all that. Like you have to start doing the things to put yourself in a position to be able to, when Hunter and them are talking about, okay, what's next? Because Saturday's a huge night for 205.
It really is.
Huge night setting up going forward for 205 that could either push the division forward really quickly, or it could set it back for another couple months. But either way, you got to have your face and your name out there. And that was a good way to start last weekend.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't too much from this card I want to touch on. That was probably it. I do want to shout out this dude, Brando Pericic. He did walk out to a Fiji song. Shout out shout out that guy, man.
RIP the legend.
He walking out to a Fiji song. One love, man. That's great. So Dana broke news today about some fights that are booked. We do have a main event and a co-main event for UFC Qatar. That's in November, right before Thanksgiving. And what was announced was Belal versus Ian Garry in the co-main, and then the main event is Arman Tsurkayan versus Dan Hooker. To be honest with you guys, I really love the co-main more than I do the main. Me and Drew are big fans of Ian Garry. If you guys haven't listened to this podcast already,
baby,
we're very, very high on that man, and I think he's taking fights that no one else wants to take.
Absolutely,
with fighting Protez and doing what he did against what's that guy's name? That's not fighting.
My man from St. Louis.
Shavkat.
That's right. And
he almost
He
almost got it, man.
Pushing Shavkat to the limit. Okay, the boogeyman is 70. He went deep water with him.
So yeah, we're high on Ian Garry. I think this is I think Ian Garry is just evolving into a killer. And I think he's already a killer, but it's his IQ, it's his game planning, and with the skills the skill set that he brings to the octagon, I think it's going to be a tough night for Belal, man. So
I couldn't agree more. I told you before we started, like I'm all the way out on, and I was Bilal's biggest guy. I can't that title fight, like for you to just say like, fuck my training, fuck the game plan, which is the exact opposite of what IMG is. And that's when I really started to like IMG even more, because that, as much as people hate it, the MVP fight. Because he just followed a game plan. He does what he has to do to get the wins. He understands the game. Like, that's what it's about. Belal just wanted to get on some pride shit, bro, and do the exact opposite and be like, I can stand with this dude. Like, brother, what?
Wanted a box with the boxer.
Like, what are you doing, bro? Like,
you're never going to get a title fight ever again. No.
I was out on him after that because those are the guys, right? Like the Belals, the Matt Serras. Honestly, JDM right now, I feel like he's in that position. Ulberg, like we just talked about. These are guys that, man, you're gonna get one chance. Tsurkayan, he's definitely on that list, and he's having to prove it like left and right now. And because he was at the doorstep, you have one chance, bro. Especially with Dana, you have one chance if you're Belal freaking Muhammad. You're not Sean O'Malley.
No.
You're not a personality that you think you are, at least. The people don't like you like that. They're not clamoring for your fight style. You have one chance to run with it. And he got it and he took it. And then he proceeded to act like a complete jackass with it.
This is where the fans and the MMA fans kind of, I think, interfered with his game plan.
Brother.
And, you're boring, you're this and that, and got prideful and wanted to make it an exciting fight, and it cost you the title and probably your future title fight that you will never get probably. So,
no, he's not sniffing the belt again.
Dana's gonna put
all the young killers are gonna just
absolutely.
If he finds a way to get past IMG, somehow he'll set up Protest versus Belal to kick Belal's face off. He's not sniffing the belt again.
It's gonna be one of those things where the title fight is set and then someone gets injured and like Belal has to step in. It's gonna be one of those crazy.
They're gonna call everyone else. They're gonna call us first. Be like, can y'all get down to 70? No. All right, do it. Call him. So I love IMG in that one. The main event. Before we get to the main event, real quick. So the wiki page for the event has Paulo Costa listed against TBD. If that's true,
I thought he was scheduled to fight somebody.
So did I. But if that's true, what could we be thinking there? Maybe
this man about to get a name.
Is that about to be? Is he gonna get? Is Strickland booked right now, or is he just on some other shit?
I think he's suspended.
Oh, that's right. From that goofy walk into the cage with goofy ass Chris Curtis, who again, if I find him in these Albertson streets, nigga, it's gonna be a shoulder check.
Yeah,
we're gonna see if he's about that life in the bread aisle.
So right? I don't know if he's 6 months or a year suspended for.
I think he was 6.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
He was like 3 or 6, and I think Chris Curtis got either 6 or a year because Chris Curtis got more. Huh.
So I thought it was booked though. I'm gonna look, but you can.
That's what. Yeah, I'm trying to look now and see. He was he was scheduled to fight Shara Bullet.
That's what it was.
That's what it was, and then Shara. So now he's open again, which that has the potential to be a fun fight too.
UFC middleweight rankings. Let's see.
Yeah. But then, while we do that, I mean, we can talk the main event. I mean, Armin and Dan Hooker.
So Armin on the shit list of Dana White.
Like we just talked about.
With Armin pulling out of his title fight on short notice and missing his opportunity. And Armin is going to fight through hell to kind of get his trust back, I think, within the boss to, gain that trust back. So, now he's dealt with a Dan Hooker at UFC Qatar, and I think this is a pretty, I'm gonna say probably the easiest fight he could probably get booked at right now is a Dan Hooker.
Whoa!
No, I'm sorry, Dan. But
man, that's
it's the stylistic matchup for me, and man, Dan's chin with that power that Armin has in his striking. I think Armin is pissed. I think he's mad that he's being dealt these cards, even though it's kind of his own fault. But I think he's going to come out here upset, and I think he's going to make Dan Hooker look bad.
Absolutely.
It might be like that Michael Chandler debut where he knocked out Dan Hooker, bro. Like, I hate to say it, but I think Armin's going to make light work of this man.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Even though we won money on you, Dan Hooker, against Gamrod, okay? No, we're not trying to disrespect you here, but just saying.
I remember that.
I'm just saying, man. We were behind you.
I remember that one. Yeah.
So let me look at these rankings for Paul Costa here.
Yeah. So,
yeesh.
The whole thing about it is that middleweight right now, if I'm any of those top middleweights, I'm not risking my spot in line.
I don't think so either.
Like, I'm not. Imavov, he ain't going nowhere. Strickland suspended. RDR, like, nope, I'm not risking a Costa fight.
I think we got to look at from like Whitaker down, but like all those guys, like those names do not excite me against the Paul Costa at where they're at in their career right now, or where they're at. Like, I don't like these fights for him.
That's what. Yeah, it's.
They're gonna end up watching booking a Vittori versus Costa again or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
It'd be a nasty rematch.
You know, he's one too that for me is becoming like, man, it sucks that he fought in the time period that he did.
Vittori?
Costa.
Oh yes, yes.
That he could, because he's a personality. He's a total nut job. When he wants to, he has a fun fighting style. But he just couldn't get past Izzy and Whitaker in there. Like the absolute tops of the division, he just couldn't. He couldn't beat even to Strickland. Like he couldn't beat any of the top guys of his era.
Again, and who knows if Paul Costa was really taking these fights serious or not? But again, when he really wanted to take it serious and put it all together,
When
I think
locked in,
brother, like that man's a fucking beast. And we saw against Kopylov. Goodness gracious,
yeah.
I'm like, what is happening to this?
That's what I mean. Like that cost us. Like, all right, you're still around. Those boogeymen for you, Whitaker, Izzy, Strickland. They done all fallen off because Strickland. But like, now's your time to make that move, man. And like, yeah, maybe a late career resurgence, but he needs to get on that card because he can't. Like, he needs to stay active and keep, because 85. Because now you got to throw DDP back into the pool at 85 too of guys that you got to get through to get a title shot. So
yeah. What we got? Any thoughts on the main event of that? Hooker.
I think I'm with you. I think Armin's gonna run through him.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think Armin ultimately is gonna end up at the title again, like fighting for the title again. I think he's gonna go through this. I think they're gonna throw another killer at him next. And then it's like, all right, bro, you got to, and the way everything else develops obviously matters, but no, I'm with you. I think Armin's gonna absolutely steamroll Dan Hooker.
So there's a lot of stuff playing for Ilia Topuria right now. Like we have Armin versus Hooker, who I think Armin is very, very dangerous and could be probably the biggest threat at 155 right now, and Patty. But also if Islam wins against JDM and MSG, like does Islam decide to make a super fight and like call for Ilya? And they have a title fight, big title fight, but there's things playing, man. And the end of the year is going to be super exciting. These last 3 months of the UFC. So
even if what if Islam if Islam loses to JDM, then does he go back down to 55 and be like, yo, Ilya, run that. I need that fade because you got my belt.
I feel like Ilya's gonna do this man dirty and be like, "Nah, you just lost, bro. Like you just lost, bro. Get your bum ass out of here."
I ain't even gonna hold you. If I'm Ilya, that's exactly what. I would be so Tom Petty, bro. I'd be like, nah, man. Like we could have fought for this shit, but you ran, and I had to do Oliveira like that, and that's my dog. Like,
and then I'm gonna make you fight Armin. Like
absolutely.
Islam Armin, go fight.
Like yeah, bro. Like if I'm Ilya, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'd be like, nah, bro, you can't just come back down here on that. Like, yeah, miss me with that shit, bro.
But I know that Ilya's all about the money, but I think Legacy's taking a back seat here. But to have Islam hold that belt and have the potential to have a super fight and that money is like his thing.
But here's the thing, though. You already had it. And Islam messed it up. Islam said, nah, I'm good. You got to do this for me first. And then he went out and did it. And then he's like, oh, but now you're going to go to 70, my G? All right, cool. Like, that would piss me off. Because Ilya still got the money fight with Charles. Charles Ilya is a way bigger fight than JDM and Islam. Way bigger. Way, way, way bigger than Islam. And also, like, imagine, too, like, I know we've talked about 70 a lot in all these recordings, but like, I don't know, that to me there's more exciting and alluring fights at 55 for Islam than there is at 70 for Islam.
It's the Patty, it's the Armin, it's the Ilya. Like it's very top heavy, but man, there's some great.
I was gonna say I can go down the list. Like, yeah, Ilya, Armin, Patty. I'd love to see him in Gaethje. I'd love to see him in Oliveira run it back. Like Oliveira is still a name to me, even. Like there's still lots of To me, there's more compelling matchups at 55 than there are for 70.
And I would love to see Islam beef up his resume at 155 because I feel like it's a King Green and a those names, right? Like short notice fights against Money Moicano.
Money Moicano's on your resume, my
Like,
G. And that's not his fault.
No.
None of it's his fault,
No.
but
the GOAT talk is gonna calm down a little bit for me because your resume looks like that. So,
but that might be the 70 move. That's probably why the 70 move is because he's like, well, I can throw double champ, and Khabib never did that, so I can say that I did that over him.
All right, guys, let's get into UFC 320 going down this Saturday here in Las Vegas, I believe, right?
Yeah. Because if it weren't for certain flag football games, I was gonna go to the weigh-ins, the ceremonial weigh-ins, and check it out, record some stuff out there. But instead, flag football. Feel me?
Gotta show up for the family.
Got to
the kids, guys. Yeah, you want to kick off the first fight?
Yeah, man, let's get into it. So, kicking off the card on the early prelims on Fight Pass. Only a couple more Fight Pass and ESPN Plus cards left, man, in history. We got women's flyweight division. We have 9-5-1 Veronica Hardy. She's the -700 favorite over 8-4 Brogan the Bear Walker at +500. If this were a bodybuilding competition, I feel like it'd be the other way around on the odds. Brogan Walker is put together.
Man, you know what? Brogan Walker has been inactive. She was on that tough season a few seasons ago, and she just hasn't been active at all. Her last fight was 2 years ago. Almost 3 years she's been out. So I don't know what we're gonna expect. I don't expect a new and improved. She's 37 years old, so old fighters growing in this realm and at this age, I think she is what she is. But with Veronica Hardy being married to one of the greatest minds in MMA and Dan Hardy, she's still improving her game, man. She's still 29 years old. She had a rough start to her UFC MMA career early, but when she started dating Dan and got married to Dan, I think her whole aspect has changed. Her vision has changed for the game. I think she's really soaking in a lot of game from different gyms and a great mind like Dan Hardy, who sees this fight who sees the fight game so brilliantly. So, Brogan is low key kind of good on the ground with her jiu-jitsu, but I think Veronica Hardy is going to be. She's short, but she's compact, strong legs. I believe she's a black belt in Taekwondo, so she very active kicks from Veronica Hardy. I just think she's going to have a good 10 minutes, and then third round is going to look a little bit sloppy from both ladies. I think Veronica Hardy wins by decision here, or it could be a late finish, but decision by Veronica Hardy just seems like the more safer space for me. But the volume, the creativity on the feet and striking from Veronica Hardy, I just think Brogan Walker. I'm just not high on Brogan Walker. I was when she was in the Tough House, but I thought she was going to be something, but no. But yeah, I'm gonna go Veronica Hardy by decision there.
Veronica Hardy, black belt in Taekwondo since 12 years old.
And it's crazy. She's -900, which is absolutely disgusting. That's not right. That should never be a thing. But you just stay away from that fight, guys.
All right. Next up, we have at welterweight 12-5 Ramiz Brahimaj, the +240 dog, to 13-2 Austin the Gentleman Vanderford. He's -300.
Austin Van Zant. This guy. You know what? I'm still not too high on Vanderford. He's coming from, this is his second fight in the UFC. He took his last fight, his UFC debut, on a short notice, I believe, against Veretennikov, who was on this fight card as well. good wrestling, and I think that could be his upside of winning here is getting this fight to the ground. Vanderford could thrive if this fight goes past the first round because Brahimaj is such a heavy first round fighter and it seems to fade. That's kind of been his thing in his career is like he fades past the first round. But I don't know, guys. Like I took Brahimaj versus Billy Golf in his last fight, and Brahimaj was a big underdog in that fight. I feel like he was like a +2 or +300 in that fight, and I took him in that fight, and he knocked out Billy Golf or sub Billy Golf. Like it looked like Billy Golf like died almost. It was like one of those. It's like one of those like nasty
The
subs.
scary ones, yeah.
And I couldn't believe that people were so high on Golf against Brahimaj, but I get it. Like losing to Garimbo is not good, for your career. I get it, but I feel like Brahimaj again as an underdog in this fight, and I feel like he is finding his own footing in the UFC. Guys, I might go back to the bell. I might go back to the underdog who maybe it could be bias here or recency bias for me, but the first round, he's going to be stronger. He's going to be faster with his hands, low key kind of fire hands, the striking. I think he has power to put out Austin Vanderford in the first round. But if I'm anything, I'm taking the money line, straight money line on a big, good sized dog here with Ramiz Brahimaj. Man, I'm going to go back to the underdog that kind of set it off for me in his last fight. So I think this man is still growing as a fighter. He's still learning, and I think he has a skill set to kind of look good early in this fight. So I would go money line, or I would go under whatever rounds, 1.5 rounds or whatever.
Money line, juicy enough.
Yeah. So yeah, again, Austin Vanderford has the wrestling to take this shit all away and make it look easy. But Brahimaj early round one with 5 minutes to play, man. Like give me the skill set that Brahimaj has, man. So yeah, give me the underdog.
All right. Next up, another welterweight matchup. 11-4 Puna Storytime Soriano, the -290 favorite over the aforementioned 13-6 Nikolai Veretennikov, the +230 dog.
So with Puna, I believe this is like his second or third fight at welterweight. He was fighting at middleweight. Now he's moved down in weight, which I think is a great move for him. He was very small, getting being outworked at middleweight. But I think this is a good weight class for him to fight at.
This will be his third fight at welterweight.
And I think he is on a 2-fight win streak, I believe.
Yep. So he's 2-0 at welterweight.
And I think he has like the striking, he has big power. But I think he's finally putting it together as like not just throwing wild shit and hoping something lands. But the wrestling is working at 170. It's because he is fighting people who are now kind of similar in size and stature at 170 to him instead of 185. So I'm not high on Veretennikov, and seeing Veretennikov against Vanderford, like he looked bad, bro. Now Veretennikov can do some nasty strikes in the clinch, which I think Puna needs to look out for. The knees to the body, stuff like that. I think Veretennikov can make this shit a dogfight, but it's Puna at 170. I think is just a different beast, and I like the big power. I like him mixing in the wrestling and being able to use the wrestling effectively at 170. And I don't like Veretennikov's takedown defense at all. I'm not too high on it, so I'm gonna go Puna, but I'm not gonna say a finish. I think he kind of struggles to get a finish here. I think Veretennikov is kind of gritty, kind of can make shit interesting. So I'm gonna go Puna by decision.
Up next,
oh boy.
This year.
Oh boy,
you talk about getting buried.
Oh man,
not even on the ESPN prelims from pay-per-view.
This nigga got early prelim, bro.
The early prelims on Fight Pass.
Oh boy.
Only due to his second career loss, by the way. Bantamweight is our next weight class. We have the -305 favorite, 20-2 Patrick Mix versus that's right. Versus yes.
No more
Patrick Mix. That's all I'm gonna call him.
You gotta earn that name back.
That's how I call it. Look, mama named him Patrick. I'm calling Patrick. He's taking on UFC debutant 16-3-2 Jakob Massa Wiklacz, the +245 dog who just off a GP I will be putting a unit on. Period. Because I want this to be the last time we see Patrick Mix in the UFC.
Oh man. Okay, we'll see where Drew's head's at. But guys, I would agree with Drew if this wasn't his matchup right here. I think the UFC is kind of doing Patrick Mix a favor here. His opponent, Patrick's opponent is a grappler. And if you want to play that with Patrick here, you're going to get subbed. So, but what we saw from this man in his last fight with, Patchy Mix, like he decided to box and use his striking. So we'll see if he decides to go back to
Bautista pieced his.
We'll see if he wants to go back to his bread and butter and kind of make this a full MMA fight instead of just a boxing matchup. So, but I just think this is a good stylistic matchup. This reminds me of Pitbull fighting Ige. Like I think the UFC did Ige or Pitbull a favor of fighting someone who is, I don't know, same size and kind of fight the same, but and Pitbull
the matchup is more kind
definitely
to them this time, the second time around.
And to give Patchy Mix a UFC debut fighter, that just smells of please get a win here. Like
1,000%.
Just win.
You ran your mouth. We put a lot into you. We messed up.
Yes. You made us look like clowns.
Yeah.
Promote you for that pay-per-view. And
so
just win.
This is a good faith booking on our part. You need to come through though. Because they were going to push that man to a title shot.
Absolutely.
They were trying to mainline him straight to a title shot, and he made them look silly.
So yeah, this is just this is set up for Patrick to win, and I think he does win, and I think he gets a finish here. I think Patrick
bounce back, huh?
I think Patrick goes full just I'm here, guys. And if you guys are just if you guys are just new here and you guys are just tuning in and seeing Patrick Mix for the first time, you're like, holy shit, who's this guy?
Right.
It's gonna wow you.
Fight pass crowd.
it's gonna wow you, right?
Theo Vaughn is gonna be the only one watching Patrick fight on Saturday.
But if you guys know what Patrick Mix did in his last fight, then you're gonna be like, okay, you should have done that, bro. Like, okay, congrats.
Well,
congrats.
Let's be real too. Like he doesn't strike me as the type that does humble well. So
that humble pie was a tough meal to eat. Bro.
He might not have the post-fight interview because no one's there to care or do it. But please believe he comes out, gets a finish, big win. He's gonna be running his mouth a lot this weekend, and maybe even low key like trying to talk himself back
to a big name,
into a big name, or even like just to like. Let's make the timeline more realistic now. Let's scale it back and be like, all right, now maybe he's the head, maybe he's a pay-per-view opener, maybe he's the head of prelims on the next CBS card or Paramount card, or maybe he's the headliner or co-headliner of a fight night or something like that. But let's scale it back a little bit because he needs to chill.
And it says a lot that he's kind of taking this fight. I feel like it was a quick turnaround, so he wants to get something back. He wants to get that respect back. And
1,000, but he's got to be embarrassed, man.
Absolutely. So I expect to finish. I think it's going to be a submission. Just because the way his opponent likes to grapple, I think he's going to play right into what Mix is known for is grappling. So, but yeah, give me Patchy Mix by submission. I think he looks like, oh my gosh, who's this guy?
He gonna try to earn that name back, huh?
Yeah. So the household's gonna be happy with both Patchy and Tatiana coming off wins. Everything's happy now. So
he don't deserve her, man. So our next fight, crazy. It's another one though, kind of like crazy to have on the Fight Pass. Top 10 matchup in the women's bantamweight division. Number 5, 11-4, Macy Chiasson, the -198 favorite, against number 10 ranked 16-8, Foxy Yana Santos.
He said Foxy.
Foxy.
Okay.
+1. That's what they got the nickname as, Foxy. She's +164.
I did not know that was her nickname.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so we're dealing with some very interesting fighters here, and I think Macy may have some of the worst luck in the women's bantamweight division. You know, from being TKO'd by Irene Aldana by an upkick to the liver, while Chiasson was about to win her fight.
I vividly remember that fight too. Like, it's
It
crazy.
didn't even look like it landed like
It's
strong.
so
It looked like
crazy,
Irina
man.
just threw it up and like it not. It like I'm done. Like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
And then to fight Bueno Silva, I think is probably her best win, and she was on that night. Chiasson was on that night. Nasty cut to Myra Bueno Silva, and then she loses to Caitlin Vieira, which is not bad, but it's the way she lost. I think just the grappling, and she tried to out grapple a grappler who's strong with takedown defense. So, like, I don't know if I should trust in Macy to show up and, like, I don't know. It's just one of these weird fighters to kind of get behind. But again, when you look across to her opponent with Yana Santos, like, it don't get no better, like she almost lost to Misha Tate in the 3rd round. Like,
Hey.
And Misha Tate, like, look at where Misha's at in her career, man. And I don't know, man. Like, Yana Santos, started a family with Tiago.
Yep, another what could have been.
And I feel like the stuff just hasn't been looking the same after she kind of gave birth and trying to get back into the fight scene. And she's coming off probably one of the worst talented fighters in Chelsea Chandler. Sorry. And an old veteran and Misha Tate. So I just don't know where to rate her skills in Yana Santos. But I think Yana Santos could make this interesting. I think she puts out more output than Chiasson. Macy sometimes just doesn't do enough. And, like, I don't know, man. But when Macy's on, she's on. I don't know, bro. I kind of want to. But Yana Santos be looking fit. Like, she came in the way she weighed in her last fight against Misha Tate. She's looking like yoked. I may take a shot here on Yana Santos. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It may shock a lot of you guys, but again, we're dealing with like two very, very fadeable fighters here. So I don't know. I'll just go the underdog for now, but it could change.
That's the one you got to check in on the last final picks.
I have to see, because Chiasson has missed weight before. She does have that history of missing weight. So this may just be a switch pick when I update my picks on the social media. So. But for right now, I'm going to go Yana Santos.
All right. Up next, we have the prelims on ESPN, the ESPN Plus, or ESPN Plus and ESPN News. It's college football Saturdays. Go to ESPN News for your prelims. Kicking off the prelims, we have 13-2 Willie Cat, Daniel Santos, the -142 favorite, over probably my favorite nickname on the card, undefeated Zombie Jr. Ju Sang Yu, the +120 dog.
So this man is kind of being, yes, the nickname that he has now, but he is kind of being named with like Conor McGregor-esque striking. It's the way he looks when he strikes, kind of gives very heavy remnants of Conor McGregor. Now, I'm kind of a big fan of this guy since his UFC debut, and he knocked out a very, very terrible fighter in Jeka Sergi. So yes, it's what you're supposed to do. You're the cleaner striker here.
That's insane to say. A very, very terrible fighter.
Like, Jeka's just not good, guys, and you got him out in 28 seconds in the first round. But now this is a big step up in competition of Daniel Santos. But what kind of worries me here with Jo Sang Yu is, like, we haven't seen a lot of him the skill set. We've seen the striking that's been on display, especially on the tape when you go look at it. It's what does the grappling look like? What does the takedown defense look like? I think Daniel Santos will test that here. But I have to believe that Joe Sang-yu is training with Zombie, yes, Korean Zombie, but I feel like I saw a picture with him and a someone else who was like a well-known name working on his wrestling and grappling.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to believe that his senior Korean Zombie is putting him with some good people to train with and evolve his game. So I like the striking, and Daniel Santos. I think he's a really good all around MMA fighter. But these guys from Shoot the Box, their defense. There's not much defense when they're trying to strike. They hit a lot. They get into wars. And I just don't like it, bro. Like I just believe in the striking of Joe Sang-yu a lot. It just to be just out technique him and just be the cleaner fighter and just beat him to the punch of Daniel Santos. And we see Joe Sang-yu having a good reach advantage here. So I think this is going to be, again, this is a big step up in competition for Joe Sang-yu, but I don't think Daniel Santos is that guy to like wrestle and have clean ends to get these takedowns. It's going to be sloppy, but I'm going to believe in the striking and the precision of the strikes and the punches of Joe Sang-yu. And I'm going to take him as underdog here, man.
Some dogs in the house. What?
That's my third dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Up next at bantamweight, we have 22-5-2 El Guapo Chris Gutierrez, the plus 350 dog, against undefeated 13-0 ferocious Farid Basharat, minus 455. One of the biggest favorites on the card.
Yeah, flat out, I'm taking Basharat here. Gutierrez is a very, very frustrating person to watch fight, especially if you're like betting on him, which I think is crazy to do. It's just the pace that he fights at is just like super frustrating because I feel like he's just really just content of just fighting at his speed and doesn't fight with any urgency if he's behind on the scorecards or behind his strikes.
He's just gonna do what he does.
He's gonna stay like this. He's gonna.
That's all he's gonna do.
Gonna kick your calf. He's just gonna be a counter striker, and he's not one to push pace at all. So it's kind of frustrating. But with Farid being the better fighter of the brothers, with Farid and Javid, I think Farid is a real deal, man. I think he's a real dark horse in this bantamweight division. He has the power and the striking, kind of better than his brother. But it's kind of interesting though, because Chris is moving down. It looks like bantamweight. I'm sorry, I thought he was a weight above, but I thought he could not be. But I think Farid. I think it's gonna be hard for Farid to kind of get the wrestling going here because I think Chris does have a relatively good takedown defense, and it's hard to get Chris down to the ground. But if it becomes a striking fight, I just can't believe in Chris to like fight for my money. Like I'm not betting on him, but like I don't feel comfortable picking someone who's going to just be patient and stuff like that for 15 minutes and fight at his own pace. So I'm gonna go with Farid here. I think it's a kind of a wide line, but these Farid Basharat brothers are kind of known to have these wide favorite lines. So, but yeah, just skill set wise, I'm gonna go with Farid, man.
All right, up next at middleweight, we have 15-5, the Golden Boy Edwin Shahbazyan, the minus 298 favorite against 24-7 Andre Muniz at plus 240.
Again, kind of like the women's fight that we broke down with Santos and Chiasson. Like these are very two fadeable fighters that are fighting each other. Edmund is someone that has really struggled to kind of get over this hump.
I mean, he's fighting killers at like 21, 22 years old.
And it's crazy that he's still 27 years old.
Yeah, this fool's young.
You know, and I think there's a lot of pressure on him kind of being like, I think he trained with Ronda Rousey when he was a kid and like kind of came up in her camp or whatever. I don't know what the story is, but like something like that. He did win a round against Fluffy Hernandez back in like three years ago or something like that. But well, his big downfall is just takedown defense and like he fades late in fights. And that's kind of the same thing with his opponent here, with Andre Muniz, who kind of fades in fights as well. So I feel like I've seen better signs of like fighting through that fatigue, better from Edmund Shahbazyan, and I think Muniz. I was so high on Muniz back in like 2019, 2020, like 2021. I feel like I was very hard on this guy, but man, things have not panned out for this man. Just straight grappling. He has good kicks, but like striking is just oof. And I just don't like how he reacts when he gets hit. So I don't know where his chin is at because he just got knocked out ugly earlier this year to Alaskarov. So again, and getting knocked out by Paul Craig is like,
yeah, man,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
I don't get like
that's not.
I don't care.
If
like
you got into a street fight with Paul Craig, that nigga would lay on the sidewalk, bro. Like he does not want that smoke. That's crazy.
So I think what could win Muniz here, like how he can win this fight, is like going for takedowns and winning the grappling. But I think Edmund's just really sharp early in this fight with like a round and a half. Like Edmund's very sharp. I don't think he's too out of like I think he still has enough grappling in his arsenal. And I think he's still 27, so he still could be growing. So to kind of survive on the ground with Muniz. So give me the golden boy. I'll take Edmund Shahbazyan here. I'm gonna go with a late finish though.
Okay.
Yeah, give me him by. Give me a TKO KO, bro.
All right. Next up, so this is the featured fight on the prelims, but it's one that we said just today?
Yeah, just a few hours ago.
Just a few hours ago, we got switched up on. And is this the second time now this has happened to Gautier?
I think so.
The second fight in a row that he's had someone drop out on him. Like, and hey, man, look, he's shaping up to be a monster. Like, it's gonna be 8-1. The silent assassin, Thibaut Gautier. Now, initially with his last opponent, he was coming in as the minus 1100 favorite. This one isn't even on the board yet. I doubt it will end up on the board. If it does come in late numbers, I'm assuming it's going to be much of the same. It's going to be in the minus like 1100 plus range.
Yeah, for sure.
But the replacement fighter that just got announced today, 10-3, the Black Mamba, disrespectful. Treston Vines. I don't know how much, if anything, you got on this one since we only had a couple hours on the prep.
Yeah,
with this one, but I mean, it seems pretty clear cut.
Yeah, I got nothing on
Vines. Yeah, like it's betting lines are showing. You don't anticipate data. I think they know they got something with Gautier here, from the look to the fighting style. Like,
and I think they're building him up the right way. I know these are like kind of winnable, but that's how you kind of build the name.
Hey,
like,
you got to get the highlight reel somewhere.
Highlight reels, winnable fights. You rack up these W's. He's 23 years old.
That's the thing too. Like, he's still
23, like, bro.
Come on, man. Like that. You used to not even be able to sniff the main card like at 20. Like, you had to be crazy talented at 23.
And he has an 81-inch reach, which is kind of crazy, dog. At middleweight, it's wild, but yeah, I'm excited. The middleweight does have some young blood that's not well known yet, but I think the time will come for sure.
All right, so let's open up the main card, the pay-per-view. We're gonna stay at middleweight with another young up and coming, I guess you would call it middleweight, but open up the card. We have the number 14 ranked middleweight, 28-6-1, Abu Magomedov. He's the plus 200 dog against body bags. My dude, 14-3, Joe Pyfer, the minus 245 favorite, who will no doubt be out there just throwing bombs.
Mexico's most wanted. Joe Pyfer.
Oh, man, was the voice of everyone getting sick down there.
Just shitting on the whole country.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I really tried to find my way to Magomedov here, but I think this is a bad matchup for Magomedov, who is known for being a kickboxer. Loves to get his fights against the cage and kind of grind them out. That's everything that Joe Pyfer does, but I think Joe Pyfer is way too physical. He's gonna have his way with a boost, and a boost is known kind of be kind of chinny. So what kind of worries me is like Joe Pyfer's cardio late in this fight, but I think he'll be okay because a boost is not someone who kind of pushes forward and to stalk you and drain out your gas tank. So I'm gonna take Joe Pyfer to kind of get a nice little highlight reel knockout here.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and Joe Pyfer's gonna be a dick probably.
Oh, he's gonna be talking his shit afterwards. It's gonna be beautiful.
He's gonna be a dick, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful
with that Philly attitude that he has. So
keep building up the bad guy lore, build your character, but you have to have the highlights behind it.
I think he gets one.
And yeah, I think this is top 15 name. It's an easy way to say, oh yeah, I got a top 15 name on my resume now. Let me get some top 10, more of these top contender guys. Yeah, I think this is the start of like, all right, this is gonna be our push guy at middleweight, or one of our guys that we're gonna start to elevate a little bit.
Yeah, him and his friend Sean Brady are having some bad luck with trying to get some big name fights. But
oh man, why doesn't anybody want to fight that they scared of this little dude.
They are.
Bruh, that's crazy to me. Little ass Sean Brady, man. Oh.
So yeah, man. Body bags is gonna get a body bag inside of a body bag. Give me body bags in round 2, round 1, under a round and a half.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. All right, up next, top 10 matchup at featherweight. We have number 8, 19-5, Josh Emmett, the plus 330 dog, against number 9, 17-5-1, the Moroccan Devil, Youssef Zalal, the minus 425 betting favorite.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
I hear those odds, but like it's not crazy because Zalal, when he Zalal was cut from the UFC, came back, and now he's on this run. And he's looking pretty unstoppable right now. Yeah, I think Zalal's going to kind of style on the Josh Emmett here. I know Josh Emmett has the power, the crazy overhand right.
Always got to worry about it.
Even at 40 years old.
Yep.
But still, what kind of just irks me is like Josh Emmett doesn't do anything to like set it up. So if you get the timing down of his big wind up, you see it. So I feel like he's too one-dimensional here in this fight against someone who's going to just put on a MMA show with the grappling, the threat of the grappling, the wrestling, he is very mobile, kind of moves side to side, uses the whole octagon Zalal does. So yeah, I think he's going to make this kind of look fairly easy-ish here. Again, he's looking unstoppable from his second run in the UFC here. Yeah, give me Youssef Zalal to win. Let me see if Josh Emmett has ever been finished here. Hold
on. He has.
Oh yeah.
Just one. He's been, as far as KOs. Jeremy Stevens got him out of there.
He's been subbed by Yair.
But he has, he got subbed by the Triangle by Yair. But that's the only two finishes.
No. I think I'm reaching. I'm reaching for something, but
I mean, but it's not like it because the last fight, LeBron's not looking for, you know what I mean. LeBron wasn't looking for. LeBron was trying to just, and Josh was chasing him around and fit, but like LeBron wasn't trying to scrap with him like that and wasn't looking like that's not, So Zalal could be, I don't know that a finish is a crazy
Because if anything, I would try to go for a submission here.
Mm.
I think he can just time a big overhand or a big looping shot and just kind of get the back or something, or shoot for a takedown and get it. I know Josh Emmett is tough to kind of get down
absolutely.
there,
But he's also not getting any younger.
True.
And I know, and that does mean something. As a fellow 40-plus-year-old, it means something, man.
It might be one of those spots where it's like, if your night's going well and you have the money, like, just big early, you know.
If those early dogs hit for you, you might sprinkle a little, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that might be the way to go then.
But either way, we both think it's a lot. Like this again, this screen. When I was looking at this one yesterday, I was looking more at it, and it felt again like another one of those with like, okay, Pyfer, we're gonna give the push. Zalal is like gonna be one of those where it's like, all right, man, this is if he does put on the show that we anticipate he puts on. For one, this is a blueprint for like looking at you, what you call it? My man, Muhammad
Ankalaev?
Yeah. For all the begging that he does socially, like I don't know that he really like Zalal lost what 4 in a row or 3 out of 4 or something like that with a draw in there.
Yeah.
Left, went on a skirt, came back, been on a tear. Like, bro, just still only 29, I think. Like, bro, this one to me screamed of, okay, this will be the jump because look, you got Ortega. I don't know what the hell's going on with him, man. I hate what's happening with him right now.
What a downfall, bro.
Dude,
Like
he had Volk finished.
The downfall of Brian Ortega is
he had Volkanovski finished, y'all. Finished. And somehow Volkanovski has lost and regained the title since then. Like the whole trajectory of 45 could have just been totally changed.
Absolutely, bro.
If he finishes that.
If it was anyone else. If it was anyone else, they tap, bro.
Oh man, we were that close.
Because Brian Ortega came back and fought Korean Zombie and looked like, who the hell is this guy? Who is this? He put on a striking clinic.
Man, bro.
This man was beating Zombie's ass. And I was like, okay, Brian Ortega was like, this man changed. But man.
Man. So, like, Arnold Allen, come on, man. Like, Aljo, who's been really yapping a lot with Lerone, which I understand why Lerone, if I'm Lerone, I'm going to just sit there and wait, too. And I'm gonna pop off to Volk. I'm not popping off to Aljo. Get out of my face with that, Aljo. Like, I don't want to. But other than that, I mean, then you got, Diego had the big win, right?
Oh, yeah.
He had the big win. But we saw, brother, you fight against that. You didn't fight like that against Volk. Volk gave you the business, dude.
Beat your ass. And you had that one moment. And that's it.
Stop.
Yeah,
miss me with that. So I have no interest in seeing that get run back. So like, there's a way for Zalal with an impressive win to be like a fight away potentially if again he dominates, finishes, and then has the right next fight or two. But 45 is just man, it's this weird kind of like jumbling of fighters that it's a mix of like haven't done enough, have already fought him and lost, have already fought each other. Like, it's this weird kind of time at 45 right now, all because, Volk decided, like, I'm going to just win this shit back again. Like, Diego, you dropped the ball, bro.
Yeah, man. And people who don't know Zalal, like, Zalal gave a really competitive fight to Ilya when Ilya started in the UFC. And, like, people are kind of interested about seeing that fight, but, Ilya's on to bigger and better things. So, yeah, man, 45's in a weird spot. Like it was booming like 2 years ago, but Ilya vacating the belt kind of left it in a weird spot. I feel like, and we got these old OGs kind of like
man, like
just stagnant a little. It's almost like
the fact that y'all let Volk come back and get that belt is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like it's nuts to me.
So,
All right. Let's get to these big three, man.
Woo!
So, at light heavyweight, we got the number 2 ranked light heavyweight in the world, 31-5-1, Yuri Prochazka. He's the minus 180 favorite over number 4, 15-6, Khalil Rountree Jr., the plus 150 betting dog. Let me get you up to the second odds. There's still money. Caesars minus 175 for Yuri. Got bet down. ESPN minus 175. DraftKings got bet up to minus 185. So just kind of bets on where it depends on where you're betting at, but it's across the board. You're finding a steady Yuri minus 170 to 180 to plus 150 to 160 money on Khalil.
I feel like this could be like a stingy line of like it may just stay the spot for a few days because people are just kind of.
It's let's be honest too. If it's casual money, it's name recognition.
Mm.
It's ranking and it's name recognition at a certain point.
You want to go first? You want to talk your shit?
I think it has the potential to be fight of the night, fight of the year, potentially. I think it could be absolute fireworks with like not only the striking, but like the timing of the striking and the way that they strike. Khalil came out and showed his ass against Jamal.
It's the patience, bro.
That's what I mean. Like the timing. That's what I mean. The timing of it. Like it's.
So I feel like people are not giving Khalil credit for that performance.
That's insane to me too.
Which I know Jamal Hill, but like I think we saw a very mature fighter in Khalil Rountree in that fight.
It felt like following, like we talked about IMG. It felt like following a game plan. It felt like he just had a game plan and he was very patient with it and he was going to stick to it and he wasn't going to get caught in crazy firefights. Still, every now and like the instinct kicks in and takes over, and you're going to get caught up in just instinctually at what you do. But ultimately, like he found his way out of those, trade a couple shots, get out, boom, boom, boom. The time, the strategy, all of it. Like it was such a mature fight against someone who could easily make you get out of character in various ways by either the way they're fighting, the way they talked before the fight, during the fight. Like he easily could have got sucked into something that would have thrown him off and potentially cost him that fight. Instead, he stayed the course and he dominated Jamal to me.
And I love because in his last fight before that, he was in a war with the champ and almost put down the champ, Pereira. But you want him to be in another war and potentially get caught with something with
That's
Jamal.
like
guys, like again.
And to say like he dominated that fight to me.
Killed him, bro.
I don't know how Jamal was walking. Like I genuinely do not know how he was walking after that fight. Like he was chopping that boy crazy.
It's almost like Khalil was like internally holding in demons because I feel like he really wanted to like kill Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
But like, nah, I'm gonna stay cool.
And I think that had a lot to do with the after fight too.
Yeah.
With what happened with that. And he recently was talking about that in an interview.
Oh.
He was saying, like, bro, like I had to protect myself. I don't know like the way that you were talking before the fight. I didn't know how you kind of were. Like, we're not like that for me to know you like that. Yeah. He was like, so I was protecting myself mentally, emotionally, physically. Like, he's like, I was putting this around myself. Because, bro, I don't know you and you're hard to figure out. You're difficult. I don't know how serious you are with the stuff you say, if it's just trash talk or if it's like you mean that shit. And so that, like,
okay.
I came away the last two fights from Khalil Rountree. It wasn't that I had he was just a fighter to me. It was like, all right, he's another guy that, he's a good fighter or whatever. I love the way this dude fights. I love his game plan. I love his attitude and his outlook. I think he's definitely one of those dudes. Like he even kind of says it like, yeah, man, I'm super chill and it's cool and whatever, like until it's not. And like I get that and I like that in him. Like almost like, hey man, don't get it fucked up over here. Like and then you have Yuri, who is again another one of those that, like, man, if he fought in any other era, he might be one of the greatest 205ers ever. Instead, he's fighting in the same era as Poatan, and that's been like his downfall. Because he looks great against everyone else, just about. And that's where my, I guess, curiosity comes in with this fight. He will be bigger, I'm sure, because he's a massive dude. I think he has more power.
I think so.
I don't know who's at this point who's cleaner and more precise with the striking. I think Yuri might edge that too a little bit. So everything in me is saying take Yuri. There's a small part of me though that says take Khalil. This is probably one I'll wait to see how they come out, because I'm sure they're going to both come out really just patient and cautious and calculated. I go with my heart way too much on this damn pod. A lot of times it bites me in the ass, so I'm gonna go with my head on this one. And I think in an excellent fight that I think, to me and you, we're gonna look at that fight and we're gonna say, man, that was a great fight. And I think to some of the more casuals, they might look at it and be like, well, why wasn't there more of that? Or they're gonna feel like something was lacking because there wasn't a knockout or a knockdown even, whereas us actual fans are gonna be watching like, man, that technique, that counter, the way he slipped that, the way he timed this, the way he cut that off. I think it's gonna be a great technical striking fight that I think Yuri ultimately ends up winning by decision.
I look at back with Yuri's last fight with Jamal Hill, and like Jamal Hill had a lot of moments of hitting this guy. Like it was a very competitive fight with Yuri and Jamal Hill. Now I know that it was a different Yuri or Jamal Hill who fought Khalil next, but it's still in the same year, guys. We're talking like it's like a year apart or whatever. But so what I don't like is Yuri has been rocked and like badly in every single fight that he's been in.
Yeah, always.
And I'm at the point of like, when does that stop? You're known for your chin, your durability, and your grit. It's all good and all, but until that one person kind of puts that shit away and like, yeah, it makes you human almost. Like, so I'm kind of in the back of my head, kind of waiting for that moment for Yuri to like finally just go out. Like, when is that time going to come? Or again, and against who? I think someone with the skill set of Khalil, who I saw improve in his last performance and a mature performance that we just kind of spoke about. Like, I think he's gonna be patient and just be patient with his opportunities and kind of make these meaningful punches land. And again, Yuri gets wild, and Yuri can pull out some tricks out of his hat because he's known for that. Like, Yuri's a very athletic guy for how big he is. He will surprise you with a lot of strikes. But man, I was like, again, I'm just so high on that last performance and what I saw against Khalil versus the champ and Poatan. Like, he almost put away Pereira, and like he looked good early in that fight until he didn't, and Poatan kind of put it on him. So it's the Muay Thai striking. But one thing with me is like Khalil's mindset is a big thing. It's almost like Rose. Like,
oh man,
it's almost like Rose Namajunas. Like, if Rose is mentally in there, she is like,
he's locked in, bro.
Same
like
same
against
thing.
Jamal, forget about it.
So I really want to see Khalil's media day and like just see where he's at mentally, because if Khalil mentally is there, I think he smokes this boy. And he's one of my favorite dogs on this card. Again, I just hold that patience and maturity so high, and the patient fighter I think is going to find the cleanest strikes. I think he learned a lot from that loss of Pereira.
It's kind of crazy to think like his coming out party was losing to the champ.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like, it's kind of wild to think like that's the moment that showing so much in that loss and gaining so much respect from the champ too in that loss has like kind of skyrocketed him into the Jamal fight, which it helps that everybody hates Jamal Hill. But like now, like to this point with Yuri, like to get that fight next and be a top 5 and be able to, if you smoke Yuri, be like, yo, man, what's up? Let's run that back. Like, or let me get it Magomed. Like it is crazy between the loss and then coming out and just putting on like a dominant performance that has showed so much to us. Like, yeah.
And we talk about a lot of the hand striking from Khalil, but I think his kicks are going to be a big factor. And I think he's going to attack the heavy front leg of Yuri Prochazka in this fight. I think the mobility of Yuri might go early in this fight. So
He's finally going to catch up to Yuri, you think?
It's crazy because at 32 years old, I thought he was older.
To say he's younger than he's 3 years younger than Rountree. Like,
yeah.
Which is, that's crazy.
Again, I just like the Muay Thai striking and the vision of Khalil and what he sees. Like, yeah, I just thought what he did against Jamal was impressive. So I'm going to go with the underdog here, Khalil Rountree.
Let's go. All right. Another.
Oh, boy.
To me, monster fight. That, man, like, welcome back 4 years later. Like, you're finally getting back to it. One of the most talented we've seen in the division is getting this shot again. But in the co-main event of the evening, we have the bantamweight title on the line. We got the champ 20-4, Merab the Machine Dvalishvili. He's the gigantic -380 favorite over the challenger number 4, 18-5, Corey the Sandman Sandhagen at +300. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'll be quick with mine. I've tried to find every single way to Corey, and I can make myself believe that he's gonna win it. And then Merab's going to come out. And again, they came out this week, and I saw a brilliant quote from Corey's coach. Said, everyone that's fought Merab has come in and said, we're not going to let him take us down. We're not going to let him take us down. We're going to avoid the takedown. We're going to defend the takedown from Merab. We've set our mentality to we're going to go in there and we're going to attack Merab and we're going to take down Merab. I don't know. I don't know if that's genius. I don't know if it's moronic. I don't know if it's all just smoke screens. What I do know is a guy like me loves hearing that kind of shit. However, I don't think it matters one bit. I don't think it matters what you go out and try to do. I think Merab is the greatest 35er ever. I think he's I think he's the most dominant 35er ever. I think he will be the most dominant 35er ever. And all I can say is I hope that he doesn't buy into the bullshit and he just stays at 35 and wipes it clean 4 times in a row if he needs to and doesn't move up. If Pantoja wants to move up to 35, great. Fantastic. You'll get mauled too, but whatever. But I just hope that he doesn't buy into it and he just stays his happy ass Southwest Las Vegas resident out here riding around in his Kia, like up and down Blue Diamond, like just living that good life, smiling and being a total insane person wearing the craziest suits I've ever seen. But like Merab is that dude, man. I hate. Again, my theme for this card is like, yo, if you fought in a different era, you'd be that dude. Sandhagen for me is absolutely that dude. Great fighter, but like Donald Cerrone was a great fighter too. Gray Maynard was a great fighter too. Like John Fitch was one of my favorite fighters of all time, but he fought when GSP fought, and nobody except Matt Serra was beating that nigga, man. And so
God damn it, Johnny Hendricks.
Oh, Big Rig, don't get me started on him, okay? Because he could fight.
With that overhand right.
But what?
Man, like it broke my heart when he knocked out John Finch, bro.
Look, man. So yeah, I think Merab. I think he steamrolls him. I don't think it's going to be a finish, but I think he just absolutely goes out there and dominates and just kind of Umars him almost.
Corey might be one of the most talented 135ers on this roster, or might be one of the most
100%.
well-rounded fighters in the UFC roster.
100%.
Just very calculated, clean. Just I feel like he's every coach's dream almost. Like the way he goes about learning and just does everything right. First to class and last to leave type shit.
Hey man.
But again, like Drew said, I try to find my way to Corey as well. And I think he's probably one of the more valuable underdogs on this card at that line. And if it grows bigger, like I'm going to put money on Corey to win because that line is crazy. There's a lot of value there.
Plus 300 is wild, man. I'll get the up-to-date numbers too.
But yeah, Corey's just a well-rounded guy. And I think if he is to try to take down Merab, I think he kind of climbs on the body and the back of Merab and trying to wear him down a little bit, just, playing on his back, pause. But again, the machine is fucking something different, guys. And especially the way he finished O'Malley, like I hope Merab doesn't go out to try to prove a point and box and entertain that striking fight with Corey. I think Ray Longo would get in his ass in the corner and be like, bro,
Aljo would get in his ass.
What are you doing? Like, stop playing and go. And just, man, like, again, I think one of the most dominant champs and most probably the GOAT 135er, man. I think Merab's going to do it. And I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a finish. I think it's going to be a decision here, but.
Yeah, I think 50, 45, maybe a 49, 46, but like there's going to be a,
But we've seen these guys fight Umar, and we've seen how Merab kind of came back and not upset, but like he put on Umar and like almost knocked out Umar, outstruck the striker.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because everyone thought Umar was that guy to
that was the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his striking was the big difference.
And had the wrestling to come back.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that was the wrestling was a draw, and the difference was, Umar's he's not like the rest of them. He strikes like, okay, bro.
We've seen what the champ did to that guy.
Smack that nigga on his ass, man. Get out of here, dude.
Corey has the jiu-jitsu, yes, but to get in these positions with the champ, Merab the Machine, who I think could just kind of like throw Corey across the fucking octagon, maybe. This man is just out of his mind. And the threat of the takedown is so high, Corey might get hit with some shit, bro. He probably is. But something with Corey, though, he fades in his 5-round fights. And we've seen it time and time again. We saw it with Jan. When Jan, took over late and Corey faded. And we kind of saw with Umar when Corey fought Umar. Got out grappled. So the jiu-jitsu is his advantage here, but to be in those positions, I think it's going to be tough for Corey to get those. So I'm going to go with the champ here, but the value is still high because Corey has one of the cleanest flying knees I'll ever see in my life. Just no setup, just kind of springs out of nowhere with the flying knees. But I don't know, if Corey had the striking of like O'Malley a little bit more, because Corey does play that patient game a lot.
Yeah.
Which I don't like, especially with someone who.
Bro, I wish he were more aggressive so much.
Bro, if Corey was aggressive, bro, oh my goodness, bro. But he's just kind of, again, he plays it clean, real disciplined, but doesn't really
does it like almost like I'm too scared to make a mistake.
Absolutely, bro.
Like almost too like.
It's like he grew up with a strict teacher who hit him anytime he did something bad.
Like just nope, we're gonna run the ball. Every now and then I'll throw you a play action, but run the ball, run the ball, punt and get out of here, kick the field. Like it's not when you have the weapons and the capability to do more, but it's just there's this safety to his game that fighting a guy like Merab, you can't have that anymore because the safety, he's just gonna take that down and maul it for 5 rounds. You have to take your chances. You have to use your aggression. You have to be like, you got to. I still don't understand why nobody comes and tries to hospital any of these wrestlers. I don't understand that. Why guys don't? Because Sandhangen, again, to your point, the most beautiful flying knees you'll see.
Sorry, Frankie, bro.
Hey man, it is what it is, bro. Like,
shout out Frankie Edgar.
So for me, then it turns to Are we running back Merab and Jan next?
That might be the thing to go to, or
because Lord knows O'Malley ain't like that's not the move.
Or you set up Umar and Jan and kind of see what happens with that. Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, you're not gonna do.
But I would love to see Peter Young get his rematch, even though I don't think it would be different. But
yeah,
I'm a huge.
I was gonna say you love.
I'm a huge fanboy of Peter Young.
That dude. I don't know why I've always hated that dude, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know, man. But he just.
I thought Peter Young was going to be that 135 GOAT. I was like,
and he should have been.
This man is like.
He should have been if it weren't for that damn knee.
You fucking idiot,
and
bro.
That knee won me so much money out in Chicago.
Bro, I wish I saw your reaction to that.
Oh my gosh. I was in a hotel room just watching it off my phone, just yelling at Alja, don't you dare get up, stay down, because he was getting worked. Absolutely. He was done. That was his only way to the title. And like he got, and all I just kept yelling on my phone was like, do not let. Hey, keep faking that little. Oh my! Keep faking that, bro. Keep acting. Win an Academy Award, bro. But do not let this man continue fighting. Otherwise, my parlay is dead. Oh, what a time to be alive. Because like it kind of has to be, right. Unless you're gonna do Jan and Umar, it has to be. It has to be Jan, right? I mean,
yeah.
Because you're not going to do Song, because Song lost to Jan.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Umar's going to man. Look again. Just my concern with him is just don't get caught up in the bullshit. Just stay your literal happy little ass right there at 35.
Again, and that's what I worry about is like a time.
You don't need to move up to 45 or none of that shit. Just keep your ass right there. And clean them out 2 times over if you got to.
Yeah, man. We're both going to champ. And still. Again, 100%. Guys, there's a lot of value here on the Corey underdog here, man. Like, that's a crazy price line with a talented fighter like that. I'm probably going to put something on there. That's kind of crazy.
I might, just depending on how Saturday goes with betting across the board, just on some extra stuff. But yeah, like I really did try. I tried to get there with him, but it just and it's like if you go down, if you can, if you're happen to be downtown before Saturday, you stop in at Circa, you can get Corey Sandhagen, and it's rising at plus 345.
Oof.
That's the biggest. That's the biggest number, like across the board, nationally, internationally, is at Circa plus 345 on Corey Sandhagen. That's insane, man. Speaking of crazy value on challengers, we got the main event. It's a rematch for the light heavyweight title. We have the champion 21-1-1 Magomed Ankalaev, the minus 285, betting favorite against the number 1 contender, 12-3, former light heavyweight champ, former middleweight champion, Alex Poatan Pereira, the plus 230 dog. If you look right now, live odds, you're pretty much, you bet down Alex to around 210 across the board here in town. Ankalaev's been bet down to about 260 to 275, depending on where you go.
Want to go first?
Talk to me, man.
So right off the bat, I'm going to take the champ here. But I will tell you what my biggest worry is with the champ. It's the calf kicks from Pereira. Now, Ankalaev does not check calf kicks at all. He's been known to not check them at all. And Pereira landed a lot of those in the first fight. But I keep on thinking of like, what if Pereira lands one of those calf kicks and like hit Ankalaev calf just gives out. And and that one of those calf kicks just takes away his mobility in the stand up. Like it scares me. It scares me a lot. Because all it takes is one right in the right spot with the calf leg and with the calf. So that's my biggest worry, and that's why I like the value of Alex Pereira just because of how many times he throws the calf kicks and how many times he lands them, and Magomed doesn't check him at all. So, but anything other than that, like I think Ankalaev better boxer. I think he's gonna touch up Pereira. I think he's just kind of better ever. I think this is just a bad matchup stylistically for Alex Pereira, bro. The wrestling threat, even though Magomed had trouble getting Alex Pereira down in that first fight, I still think he's still gonna push him up against the cage and kind of make Alex fight a dirty fight against the cage and wear on that gas tank. But that boxing range, that's all Ankalaev. Pereira is still a big threat with the left hook, the check left hook. But I know we got like a 50, 60% Alex Pereira in that first fight, and he wasn't there. I don't know what the hell happened to that guy. Maybe he was just tired from traveling and just like, fuck it, guys.
Carrying the company on his back
for 2 years, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, he looks good training. Like, he looks like he's really taking this fight seriously, which is kind of wild to say, but physically he looks great. But again, stylistically, like, man, Ankalaev is something else. And I don't know Pereira's going to get his belt back. So I'm going to take the champ here, but I worry about the calf kicks. So
I unfortunately agree with you. I again, head over heart on this one too. For me, it was in the first fight, it was the grappling, like the along the cage, the bullying. It seemed like it seemed like Ankalaev to me was the bigger fighter, like filled out wise. It seemed like he was stronger, like he had more control, like he could do what he wanted more than Alex could. I hate the excuse of that. I mean, that even his team has come out with in recent weeks about the first fight of he wasn't 100% of him. It's like, hey man,
I mean,
you fought like 7 times in 2 years, bro. Like, I want to hear that. It wasn't an issue then at any of those fights. Like all of a sudden it is now because you lost and because you like kind of got bullied a little bit and had your flash in the last round and you made your late push and everything. But like that fight was, looking back on it, was a lot more dominant. I've heard people say that it seems closer on rewatch. To me, I was more in the camp watching it that night of like, man, Alex has a real shot at this. He did it. Like, I think it could be worse this time around.
And he almost got finished in the second round.
Yeah, man. Like I don't understand. I think Ankalaev, and I think now too, like there's that for one, like the whole Ankalaev talking that shit before the first fight, like I'm not gonna take him down, I'm not gonna rely on this and that, but I think now it's just like all house money with him. He knows. He stood in front of it now. So now he has even more reason to believe, like, oh man, now I know I can do what I want with this dude. I think that goes a long way with him. I think this is the start of a potential, like, fairly long reign, as long as he wants it to be, reign for Ankalaev. Because at 205, like, yeah, you got some good dudes, but like that guy, it's almost like I don't want to say Hamzat because it's not like the level of, I don't see the same level of like potential dominance there, like how Hamzat did DDP. But like, yeah, I think he's gonna make it look easier than he did before against Alex this time. And I guess my only hope going forward coming out of this fight is that like it doesn't. I hope it doesn't muddy the legacy of Poatan too much. if you look back on his career and you're like, oh yeah, he had those 2 losses to fucking Ankalaev that he like, was getting bullied around and all this stuff and couldn't impose anything. And then you look at him like,
Do you think there is any talks or a chance that he retires if he loses?
Poeton?
Yeah. Have you thought about that? Because
I mean, look,
I'm like low key thinking of like if he loses, I think he might retire.
He's 38.
Because I don't know.
He's got his boys getting older. He's now getting more involved with his sister, with her, going to the like training and fighting more. I'd imagine he's been well taken care of by the UFC these past couple of years.
I mean, I think the payout for the UFC 300 save is like,
you know what I mean? Like, I think he's been so he's starting to transition to do like like little minor movie roles and stuff now too. Like, I would honestly,
because
if either result, even if he won, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be less surprised if he retired. If he won, it was like, all right, y'all, I just wanted my shit back. Now I'm out. But like if he came in after like a loss, no matter how he loses, if any of you are like, you know what, took a lot for me to get to this point, y'all. Like I can't do it like that no more. Blah blah blah. I'm out.
Because if he loses, like I don't know who he fights, and like matchups get weird.
Isn't it crazy that before the first fight, we're on some shit like, yo, if he wins this, he can just move up to heavyweight next
and fight for the belt.
and now it's like he might retire. Look, if he loses, like, but that's a real thing though. Is what does happen next? If he loses, I mean, look, ideally, if he loses, my dream is that Jamal Hill and him run it back.
Just get one back,
and then he goes and retires after doing the same thing Jamal Hill again. But yeah, like I don't.
Do you think Jamal Hill talks shit and calls out Pereira after a loss?
100,000%. Are you kidding me? Jamal Hill will not. Khalil could lose and Jamal would come out and be like, man, run it back. Let's go. I'll whoop your ass, bro. If Yuri loses, he'll be like, hey, man, run it back with me. There's a consistent theme here. Jamal Hill's lost to all these dudes, man. Like, I absolutely look. There's not many things that I'm sure of in this life. I'm sure that the sun's gonna come up tomorrow. I'm sure that the Raiders are gonna Raider, and I'm sure, as was evidenced on Sunday, and I'm sure that Jamal Hill is gonna say some goofy shit online after somebody that he has fought and probably got knocked out by. He's gonna talk something crazy. So Saturday, yes, I will be locked in Jamal's socials to see what he's talking. But I think check this out though, too. Not only if he loses, but if he wins, obviously they run it back. But then it's like, well, what's the point of that?
Like I don't see another title run. Like I don't.
Not at all.
No. So
not at all.
I don't
and
know.
You fought some of the guys already at 205 that are there. There's no intrigue in any rematches aside from maybe Khalil. But then again, like, yeah, it's like, okay, if he wins and then he's gonna do this again with Ankalaev and be the dog again, probably, even though he just went like
so it's gonna be a trilogy, and whoever wins out of Yuri and Rountree, who he's fought 3 times a year, he fought twice already.
Yeah,
another trilogy. Like,
what is Ulberg? He fights Ulberg to see if Ulberg's the real deal.
It just
no,
I don't.
They're not going to waste that.
It's murky, dog. I don't know.
It is. It's it is a very, very interesting path going forward, win or lose, because then too, like, let's say he does beat Ankalaev, right? Does he retire then? Okay, he fights him a 3rd time. Let's say he beats him again. Then what? Then you're almost 40, and you've beaten all the top contenders in the division. You're not moving up to heavyweight at that point.
And then your former champ Ankalaev is like, his steam is gone.
Then he's in no man's land, like you're currently in, basically.
Yeah, man.
And you've again, now it's a year later, and all the potential challengers, they're all gone. Like that's that I sad as it is, like again, we talked about this the other day when we were talking about the recording, right, and setting it up, was like I forgot that this was even the main event. I was looking more forward to Merab and Corey.
That's my main event.
Right? And Yuri and Khalil. To me, this fight isn't interesting. I haven't seen any hype on it, which is different than every other Alex fight.
Is dead.
Even on media, zero hype.
Like,
so that's telling enough to me. To me, that's the most interesting storyline of, at least, if not the card, but at least regarding that fight. It's not, oh, who's gonna win, is, well, what's next for Alex?
Yeah,
especially in the event that he loses. What's his path going forward? And yeah, like if we're being real, like when I think about it now, like retirement, that might be it. Win, lose, or draw. That might have to be the move. Because also, like, you got to think too, man. If you lose 2 in a row, you better set up the perfect retirement fight next.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You better set it, because like that's the only reason why I can't see the retirement with a loss, is like to come off of losing back to back to the same dude and be like, yeah, I can't do this no more. Just one more, get whoever at 205 that y'all feel, the team and the company feels comfortable enough. Like, all right, this is the dude. Alex can get him up out of here, and everyone will be better for it. Because I think if they can, I think they owe it to him. And that's why I think Jamal would be the perfect last fight for him. I think they owe it to him if he wants to go out like on a dub. I think they owe it to him for everything he did for that 2-year run, that 2024 run. Like, throwing the company on his back. Yeah, man, he deserves to go out the way that he wants to go out.
Maybe they asked Izzy if they want to fight for the last time.
Look, I thought he was retired.
And they both retired.
I thought that fraud was out of here, man. Keep that dude out of my life. That nigga's a podcaster, commentator, whatever now. He just sits on his ass at his crib and talks shit. Like, that's what he does now. And he's good at it, so let him do that.
All right, man. We still got the champ. We got 2 champs at the
top, man. Yeah, and still, man. I hate to say it against my man Poetan, but still for me.
But I think I'm one of the few Ankalaev fans, so there's very little of us out here.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, let's go over the final picks for UFC 320. We'll start from the bottom, work our way to the top. I'm going Veronica Hardy. I'm going Ramiz Brahimaj, dog number 1. We're going Puna Hele Soriano. We're going Patrick Mix. I'll call him Patchy.
That's right.
Call him Patchy if he wins.
You got to earn that back.
I'm taking Yana Santos, dog number 2. We're going Joe Sang-Yu, dog number 3. We're going Farid Basharat, Edmund Shahbazyan, the golden boy. And we're taking Tiny Francis Ngannou, Atabe Gautier. And then in the main card, kicking off the main card, we're taking Joe Pyfer. Mm-hmm. We're going Yusuf Zalal. Are you going clear around? Oh, you're taking.
I'm going Yuri as of now. Again, all fight night. Yeah. I'm gonna check the temperature, but again, now I am 51-49 going Yuri.
Okay, and I'll go Khalil Rountree. It's going to be a banger of a 3-round fight, man. In the co-main, we are taking the champ Merab Dvalishvili to retain his belt.
But Little Earl.
Better sprinkle some money on
just a Little Earl on Corey.
Corey Sandhagen, man. Great value. And in the main event, sorry, Alex. We're going Magomed Ankalaev to retain his belt. And again, there's good value on these last 3 fights, man. On Khalil, Rountree, Corey Sandhagen, and Alex Pereira. I think there's some great value there. So
and okay, So again, not to go back too much into
Go ahead.
The strategy of it, but you touched on slightly a potential route to victory for Poeton, right? The calf kicks and limiting the mobility and taking it away. Is there any Pereira by a KO is plus 290? Now
That's a lot lower than I thought.
Here's the thing. By decision, calf kicking someone for 5 rounds, taking away their mobility, plus 850.
Holy shit.
Not saying, I'm just saying.
So let me say this. Because I think there were some really close rounds, like 50-50 rounds in that first fight.
First one.
Like, yeah, Magomed probably won 2 rounds clearly, you could say, but those 3 rounds are like
it went on 5 with him not at 100% apparently.
You could find a way, but maybe like Ankalaev catches those kicks and like wrestles and like it goes 25 minutes or something.
Yeah, man, like you never know. Plus 850, you know, if that Sandhangen upset cashes on the sprinkle, you know. I'm just saying. But no, I'm with you, man. Yeah. And still.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for just checking us out. We are almost at 20,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel.
We getting close to drinking age, baby.
We are like 350 out from 20,000. So
if
you guys want to help me out and get this channel to 20,000, I greatly appreciate it.
Like, subscribe, unsubscribe, and subscribe again. Subscribe on both platforms. Subscribe everywhere.
And I'm putting Drew on the spot here, but we're hitting a pretty good stride of fights and fight cards for like this.
Oh man, it's about to go up
these last 3 months. So if you guys want to see Drew on here weekly, and maybe maybe we break down some fights weekly.
I'm here for it.
We'll see what Drew. Well, yeah, we'll see what Drew.
See what the schedule looking like. But you know, I'm here for it.
I think we both miss recording. I know I do.
Absolutely.
So it's always good to get Drew in here.
Absolutely.
And talk some shit. So you guys want to see Drew here? Let me know, man.
Get in them comments, man. I'll get in there with y'all.
Comment, and if you're listening, if you're watching this on Spotify, hit the follow button and give this podcast 5 stars, and that'll get us more ears and ears and eyes. So,
yes,
really appreciate it, guys. I'll see you guys on the next breakdown.
Yeah.